Yo, welcome back, Lazy here, and in this episode I want to go through and I want to test out a new drift setup. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the Ford Shelby Gt500. So yeah, let's get in and build this thing. Also, we've just hit 1,000 subscribers on the channel and I'm absolutely blown away. Thanks to everybody who has shared, liked, commented, subscribed so far. So yeah, let's just keep this thing rolling. Let's get into the build. Okay, so this car doesn't have any engine swaps, but it does come with a supercharged V8. But that will only net us around 960 horsepower and 817 foot-pounds. So I'm going to upgrade to the twin turbos. Hopefully that should give us a bit more. And we're going to leave it rear-wheel drive. Yep. Jumping into here, I don't want to go with any aero because honestly I reckon it looks dumb with this car. But for the hood, I want to go with that, the old grump lump. Sweet. Jumping into here, what I really want to test out is drag slicks for a drift car. So we'll see how that goes. For the tire width in the front, I don't want to mess with it. But in the rear, I only want to go up by one because I'm not sure how this is all going to react. For the rims, I want to go with something like classic muscles. So where are they? There they are. Wow, that really gives it that Mustang look. I don't want to mess with the tyre size, and we will bring the width out in the front and the rear. Sweet. Jumping into here, we'll just max all this out. Also, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, all that awesome stuff. It's much appreciated. Very muchly appreciated. Alright, jumping into here, we're definitely going to need a brake upgrade. We're going to slam on the drift suspension. That lowered it, but not as much as what I thought it was going to. We'll max out the sway bars. I don't want to cage it. We'll come back and do the weight reduction last, as usual. So jumping into here, as I was saying, the stock V8 with the supercharger will run us around 967 horsepower and 817 foot-pounds. So with the twin turbo setup, we should be able to get around 1,040 horsepower and 890 foot-pounds, which hopefully will help spin the drag slicks a bit more than what I'm actually thinking they're going to. So yeah, it is a little bit heavy, but that might work to our favor. Yep, sweet. So jumping back into here, once the weight reduction goes on, it drops it down to 3,052 pounds. Actually, yeah, depends on how these slicks work. We might be able to make that happen. Sweet. So there's the build done. Now let's jump in and check out the paint options. Okay, so if you've seen the thumbnail, you know what color we're going to go with, but we're just going to go through the colors anyway, just because. So we've got blue and white, blue and black, red and black. Yeah. I reckon, where is it? This one here. That looks hell aggressive. So, yeah, we're going to go with that. The whites look good, but that black and red, that just sets this car off. I don't want to mess with anything else. But the rims, I want to go with a semi-gloss aluminium, but I want to bring the tint down a little bit. I was thinking about going with more of a steel, but honestly, I don't think it would have worked properly with what I was going for. Yep. We'll bring this down. Yeah, to about there. That seems about right. We'll just take a little bit of that shine off it. And we'll hit it with a tint. Sweet. So now we get into the longest part of the video. So I'm going to go through and hit it with a tune. So let's get into that. Okay, so for the tire pressure, usually I'd go reverse with this, but I want to push that all the way down to the lowest I can and push that up to the max. For the gearing, it seems kind of long, so I want to bring the final drive all the way up to about 310. It seems to be alright. I want to run around third or fourth in this, so hopefully I'll be able to run fourth without too much limmy slap. Yep. Jumping into here. For the camber, I want to go 3.5 negative in the front and about 2.5 in the rear. I don't want it too aggressive, seeing as though I'm still like going through and learning this. I don't want to mess with the toe. Everything else seems to be on point. Usually I'd wind a bit more grip into it by lowering the rear end, but that's fine. For the brakes, I want to go with 3140. I don't know why, but I just really like the feel of that. And for the diff, for the diff, usually you'd go with 100. That's welded. But I was watching a Forza stream and they were telling about how they tune their drift cars. And what they do is they go through and they go 100 and 0, and that's like a full lock. So that's what I usually run on my drift cars. And so far it's actually been working pretty well. So yeah. When I'm tuning an all-wheel drive drift car, I usually go about 75, 0, 100, 0, about 80, 85. That way I still have a bit of play in the steering in the front. I lock the rear and I have some rear biased. So yeah, there we go. There's the tune done. Now let's have a little walk around the car and hit a drift zone. Wow, that sounds mint. So let's hit this drift zone up ahead.
At your destination.
Wow, that felt awesome. The slip and grip was just on point, but the transitions were really slow. So the first thing I want to do is jump into my settings and I want to put on simulation steering. Yep, sweet. Now let's jump back to the start and try that again.
At your destination.
Wow, I got stuck at lock, but I did pick up an extra 2,000 points, and that's actually really decent. So, yeah, there we go. I'm going to shut up now, and let's hit another couple drift zones. I'll see it then.
At your destination. at your destination.
Wow, I can see why drag tires are meta now. I come very close to like smashing a couple of my personal bests. But if you have any ideas on what changes I should make to this tune, let me know in the comments and I'll see how it goes. But yeah, that's it for the video for today. Thanks for watching, stay safe, and I'll catch you next time. Laters.